Hype it up! This is also, besides being Friday, the pre-eve to Colony Days in Atascadero. I just found this out this week. We're going to be talking to the folks up at Wildfields Brewery next hour about Colony Days. They're making it happen, Jeff. And they've got a pretty cool thing happening at Wildfields Brew up in A-Town. We'll talk to Jackie a little bit later.
I have a great deal of respect for any community that is trying to have some semblance of normalcy during the coronavirus crisis, because it requires much harder work.
People and communities that are willing to step out, do it right, do it safe.
Yeah.
Because from the beginning, if we had been taken in that direction, then I think that we probably wouldn't have had to close as long as we did. And we would have been able, I think moving forward, if we had another pandemic next year or in 2 years or in 5 years, it would be handled so much different, where we wouldn't have to shut everybody down, because now we know what to do.
Yeah, we've been here before.
So now we know what to do. Let's get things open. Let's do it the right way. Let's distance. Let's mask it up. Let's continue to support the community.
Costco is coming out with a advent calendar for dogs. Is this something? I know there's two things that you love in life. That's dogs and Costco.
And my wife and fishing. There's many things to me, Jeff.
I know,
I'm very a very complex person.
The Costco and dogs thing, I hear you speak of quite regularly. Is this something that
Costco's really gone down since the pandemic?
What do you mean it's gone down?
Well, in my list of priorities, I don't go as much. I usto go every week. Now I go once a month.
Oh yeah,
and I'm not happy to go.
Stressful.
I have to go right now. I don't like wearing the mask that long. I'm always in there too long.
There should be an advent calendar there for George, if you want.
Do love George. I got to say, the wife is number one and George is number two.
Would you buy the advent calendar for? This is the poll question, by the way. Today, SurfNet Communications poll question: would you buy an advent calendar for your pet?
No, but my wife would.
We're not just limiting it to dogs.
Yeah, my wife would. The dog, he doesn't understand. He just wants a treat. I'll just give him a treat. So let me remind, the advent calendar is that thing I had when I was a kid, right? You open a door, there's a piece of chocolate in there, and every day all the way to Christmas. And I always thought maybe on Christmas Day when I opened that one, there'd be a really cool piece of chocolate in there. It was the same one.
They have ones out now that it's like it's not even a little bit bigger. It's like they're. Mm-hmm. I'm like, look, it's terrible. We bought our own and on our own, but it hasn't survived over the years because we've had it for over a decade. But it was one that you fill the treats into, and you open little doors on it, and the plan was for it to hold up over the years and make it available for the kids, and we put our own treats in there for the kids, but it's busted. Well, I think we threw it away.
My mom
on the 25th, it had a bigger opening.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, it had a bigger opening where you could shove more stuff in there.
My mom is very artsy, decorative. You go into her house, it's decorated to the nines. So she got rid of the cheap ones you'd buy at the store with the paper, and she bought a wood one and had a snowman on it. And then
ours looked like a little cabin.
It had all the pegs, and then you'd put the little round peppermint candies you usually get at a Hostess stand when you leave for a mint. That's like a little peppermint candy.
That was your Advent candy?
And that was the Advent candy.
Oh.
And you would, and I remember one year, my brother and I got into it, trying to fight over it, and it fell when we hit the wall wrestling, and I picked it up by the top. It was like a handle, and so it was like a big paddle, and I started paddling his ass with it, and it broke right there where the hand, you could grab it at the top. And I got in a lot of trouble.
What squalor did you grow up in where you're fighting with your brother over candies that are free at the restaurant when you pay your bill?
Well, no, I don't know if they were free back then. We're talking
free.
the 80s.
That's the worst candy ever known to man.
It wasn't about eating the candy. It was about who got to take it off.
Right.
And he got to do one day. I got to do one day. And I think he was sick or something.
Did you guys have to split the candies?
Well, I think he was sick one day, and I took it off.
Put two candies up there. They're the peppermint discs, for God's sake.
And so the next time, the next day when he went to do it, he felt better. Then I said, "No, it's my turn. You lost your turn yesterday when you were sick, and so I get it." And I was bigger, and I shouldn't have done it, but I smacked the crap out of it.
That's what the holidays are all about, right?
It's like a big paddle. It was great.
Fun and family.
Does anybody use their advent calendar as a weapon? I think I'm probably.
This one has treats and toys in the advent calendar. I don't know what it costs. But Costco's got the advent calendar for dogs.
And they'll sell it. I mean, it'll be a popular thing. I don't know. But I have not done anything with an advent calendar since that one broke.
So your poll question responses that are available, yes, the dogs and the cats and the pets love the holidays too. No, that's ridiculous. Or the third one that Jeremy loves, and that is not applicable. Because, I mean, for some people, they just don't have pets.
SurfNet Communications have been around for over 15 years. They'll get you connected faster than DSL or satellite. They are the number one leader in rural broadband internet. Check them out. The link is right next to our poll at kzoz.com. That's SurfNet Communications.
Whoa! Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
The Red Zone Challenge is up and running. Week number 4 ready to go down. Last night, Thursday Night Football. Make sure you get your picks in now. It's brought to you by our friends at Donahue Truck Centers and the Central Coast Realtor, Mr. Fred Bruin. You could win $25 to go to Pappy McGregor's up in Paso Robles. Every week, our top points getter will score that. You'll be our MVP of the week, which means you get to pick your favorite classic rock band to be played 4 times a day, 8:20, 12:20, 5:20, and 7:20. And, so you'll be featured all week. It's not a bad deal. $500 up for grabs. Cash if you win at the end of the season. And there's a trip to Hawaii if you can beat the nation. But you have to play. Get to kzoz.com.
Coming up, reason why helping your kids with their homework could be bad for your health. We have a case study that proves it.
So earlier in the week, Jeff and I were just trying to do some math. We were trying to do junior high math. Because I remember this was 8th grade when I was doing this kind of math, maybe 7th grade, actually. And we're talking about long-form division. And we got into algebra by 8th grade, right? 7th, 8th grade, somewhere in there. So I guess, actually, this is grade school math that we forgot how to do.
This was definitely...
Multiplication came in, I think, want to say around 3rd grade, and division was 4th grade?
No.
Was it all in 3rd grade?
Yeah, maybe. So I have a 2nd grader right now. They're not doing multiplication yet. So, yeah, you're probably right. You're probably
I want to say multiplication. I mean, simple stuff.
3rd, 4th grade is the division. We were trying to do that long division that we learned in 4th grade, and or 3rd grade or whatever it was, and we could not even touch the way to do it, and ended up just typing it in.
By the way, my wife, we tried to do it. We were wrong. I said, could you still do long division? And she goes, yeah, I think so. I go, all right, well, what is, and I had my phone. I'm like, what is 23 divided into, 500 or 5,632? She goes, oh, okay. And I go, and talk it out. And she's like, oh yeah. So you do this. It goes into the first number so many times and you bring that down. You get the remainder.
She knew how to do it?
Oh my God.
She knew how to do it?
She has that brain though. I think you and I are different. That's why we're never math people.
Well,
I think you have people that are good with numbers, and then you have people that are good with other things like writing and being creative.
Once I stop using it, I don't need to use it.
Right.
Chinese father got frustrated helping his son with his homework, math homework, 3rd grade math homework. So probably long division is what nearly did him in. He had a heart attack because he was so stressed out about it. He started helping his 3rd grader with his nightly math assignments for the new semester, and he noticed that he started to experience slight chest twinges whenever he became flustered while trying to explain the problem to his son. And it came to a head during a long, tough homework session on Sunday, and he experienced intense chest pain. So this is something that was working its way through. Like they asked him, when he regained consciousness and they got him through the heart attack procedure and everything, like they said, have you...
He actually had a heart attack.
Yeah, but he was having these little mini heart attacks prior to this long session that he had with his son on Sunday. And he's like, yeah, I would feel these chest pains every once in a while when I would help him with his homework, and it was always the math. So math almost killed this guy.
Wow. Well, it's the stress.
Yes.
He wasn't handling his stress very well.
He began convulsing and foaming at the mouth before passing out when he had the heart attack on Sunday. Doctors found his main coronary artery was almost completely blocked, effectively cutting off the blood flow to his heart. It's not just math that almost did him in. It was probably his diet as well.
Yeah.
Probably did him in.
How old was this guy?
45.
Whoa.
Yeah. He's our age.
Whoa.
And as I said,
maybe I had to start taking sometimes I get a little gas or indigestion feeling that.
As a guy who eats potato chips on the reg and has to help his daughter out with her math homework now.
Right. As a guy who treats himself fast food for having a good week of not eating bad.
I am definitely taking note of this story out of China.
Wow.
Yeah. So be careful when you're helping out your kids with their homework, because.
How do you get it? What do you do with your heart, though? I mean, they usually just look at your blood, right? I don't even think they do stress tests anymore. I think they just they look at your blood work, and if your blood work looks good, then I guess maybe there's more invasive tests you can have if you're having chest pains.
I don't know. I'd have to go to a doctor to be able to answer that question.
Oh, my God. That might not be indigestion.